Hi folks, I'm going to keep this super quick if I can. Just to let you know, all pupil devices have now got the Mote extension installed, and we've done the same for staff devices and staff Google accounts, so that if pupils do use it to record a comment, it'll come up with just a little window for you to play it back really easily, and also so that you don't have to go and install it yourself if you want to give it a try. So I want to quickly show you how to use it to leave comments in Classroom, in docs, in slides, in forms, and also how to use it to check whether people have actually looked at your comments, so you can see if they've engaged with feedback, and then just how we can add a comment to our clipboard for use in other places. So really quickly, basically anywhere in Classroom where you have a comment box like here, you'll see that we have the Mote icon, and that allows me to record my comment here, and then we'll just insert it so that when I make that post, we see this icon here to play it, and then we can use this wee tool here to edit it if we want, or we can just delete the post. Now, if we go into an assignment, such as this one, you'll see we've got a comment box down here, so we can delete that comment. We can record a new one, dead easy. I'll just hide these out of the way. So we can record our comments wherever we want them in Classroom super quickly. Dead easy. Just hide these out of the way. There you go. So those are the obvious places you would record one. Now, if you're looking at an individual student's work, you can also use them in the private comments. So you'll see that you can record a private comment there. And if you go to a pupil's piece of work, so this kind of covers docs, but also how you might use it while you're doing grading. After a wee moment, it'll take a wee moment for it to load. So if you wait till the page is finished loading, you would usually find, hold on, I'll just change that to editing mode. You'll see that we've now got the Mote icon, so we could record a private comment here as well. But also what's really handy is if we have a look at this, if I highlight a piece of text here, we can use this tool here, which is called Add Hypermote, and that will add a comment hyperlinked to that piece of text. So I'll just show you. This might be a really complicated piece of vocabulary that I wanted to articulate, or a concept I wanted to explain in some more detail. And that will basically become a hyperlink so that when the pupil's reading the doc, that will appear there and they can just play it back. Or alternatively, if you wanted to leave a comment in a more kind of common way, you can use the add comment tool that you would use normally in Google for leaving feedback, and you can record a comment just in here, ticket, comment, and you'll see that that comment is over at the side. So that's your kind of common ways you'd use it in docs. Going to slides, in order to make a slide maybe more accessible, or if you want to keep your slides nice and clean and have very minimal written notes on them, but you wanted to expand on that, if you go up the top here and click the Mote button, you can record a voice comment here, a narration, read out what's on the slide, whatever you want, and as before, ticket. In this case, it'll take slightly longer because when you insert it, what it's doing is basically putting that comment into your Google Drive, retrieving it from your drive, and then inserting it into the slide in exactly the same way as you can do manually if you just go to insert audio. But this way, you don't have to mess about with actually creating the comment in a program that you can record audio with, saving it into your drive, inserting it, making sure the permissions are set up so that people can hear it and all that sort of stuff. So it's dead quick and easy. I mean, literally as quick as clicking a button, and you can record any audio that you want to embed in your slides to make them more accessible or whatever. There's some options in here about that, but that's all to do with how you control audio in slides, and I think it's quite self-explanatory, so I'll not go into it. In forms, if you have a form with a text field for somebody to respond with, pupils or other people completing the forms that use Mote can actually respond with a comment. So if we just do a preview here, down at the bottom here, the person answering it will see that little Mote icon. So you could think of this as almost being like a kind of an alternative to having a scribe maybe, where a pupil could record their answer to the question in your Google form, and that will then just get kind of stored away there. Now, bear in mind, I don't think that works in locked mode with forms, with quizzes at the moment. It may be something that will change in the future, though. finally, well, not quite finally, if you go into Mote and you look at My Activity and Engagement, you will be able to see all of the motes that you've left, so they're all stored in there. It will tell you where you've left them, and it will tell you who you've left them for. Most of these, because I'm just doing a demo, were not left for a particular person, so they've not picked up a name. But if I kind of scroll down here, there probably would be one. I don't really want to show a pupil's comment. But basically, in here, when it's processed, these are all quite recent, it will show up who it was left for, which classroom it was left in, and the context. So it'll tell you what assignment. You can click that to open that comment back up where you left it. You can also filter this view so that it will only show you ones that haven't been listened to. And any that have been listened to, I'll just kind of go down here, see if I can find one. Yeah, so back down here, test two people, we can see that they have opened it and that they've listened to it, whereas these other ones, we can see that they haven't been opened or listened to. And you can see again, as I was saying there, it tells you all the different information. And you can actually narrow it. So if you filter by class, you could click a particular class or a particular pupil, and that will allow you to see all the motes that have been left for that class or that assignment or that pupil, so that you can check if pupils have engaged with any feedback you left. The last thing I would say is if you want to just be able to record a voice note, you can just click the Mote icon, record a voice note here, and then it just copies it to your clipboard as soon as you finish recording. So if you wanted to, you could go into an email and just drop that link in and send it to the person, and they could listen to it rather than you having to type up a written response. So hopefully that was useful. If you've got any questions, just give me a shout.